Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time you find yourself watching this video, welcome back to the channel. Life is hard, don't complain. Today, unboxing from my friends at Atlantic Knife Company. This is a purchase. I don't get free things, but I just wanted to give them a shout out because the pricing was very good. And so, one good turn deserves another. And I told them I was going to do a review on a knife. Actually, I have two knives. I'm going to do this one first. I'll save this one for my next video. It is the Cold Steel AD-10 Tanto version. We'll read the box like we normally do. We'll just look at the box. Standard warranty, phone number, AD-10 Tanto, steel S35VN, weight 7.2 ounces, blade 3.5 inches overall, 8 3/4 inches long, blade thickness 3.8 millimeters, sculpted G10 handles. Let's get into this guy. Okay, there's your. It's interesting. Cold Steel does not make ambidextrous pocket clips on a lot of their knives, so that the ones they don't, they'll give you a pocket clip for the other side. I'll be honest though, I'm not that big of a fan of their big old Hawken pocket clips. Okay, let's look at this knife. Where's my, I have a micro, I have a towel here really quick. Sorry, it's got some smudges. I bought this on Whatnot. If you're not familiar with that app, it is kind of the social media version of eBay. And honestly, I'm still on the fence about Whatnot. I do know that you can save a heck of a lot of money if you're paying attention, and some of the shows are entertaining. But this is not about Whatnot. Okay, so here we go. Here's our Cold Steel Taiwan S35VN. Now I have another AD-10. I don't think I did a review on it, and maybe if people like this review, I'll do sort of a knife battle between the AD-10 drop point, which I believe the one I have is in AUS-10A, which is not super steel like this S35VN. So got my new scale here. Let's see what the scale says. Okay, scale says 201 grams, which converted to ounces, 7.09 ounces. So the box says 7.2 ounces. If you throw the pocket clip in, the extra pocket clip in, you get right close. Okay, let's look at the spine of the blade here. We are right at 3.86 millimeters, which concurs with the box as well. The G10 handles, these are 3D printed. I don't know, they're sculpted. They're G10 Cold Steel has a couple of technologies. They have something called GrivX, which is a very coarse. This is a smooth handle scale, which if you've seen some other videos, I like more of a texture. You know, I'm a fan of micarta, but this has some texture. You can kind of see there's some general texture there. Let's open this guy. Oh, well, triad lock here and thumb studs. So let's see how she does. Okay, let's clean the blade really fast. On Whatnot, if you're new to that, they will open the knife, show you the knife, and then you bid on it. So let's see. We have, looks to be steel or aluminum liners. This knife, for the size of it, it's relatively light, I would say. And I'm pretty sure these liners are aluminum. They have that feel to it. Now the blade, Tanto style blade, over is about 3.5 inch, as on the box, 3.5 inch cutting surface on the blade. Tanto style, sort of American Tanto style. What I do like, there's a number of things I like about this knife, but let me just try to show like the base. Let me line it up for you here. If we're looking at this knife along this line, this arc, this line here, I really, I'm impressed with the way this is. This is very aggressive lines in this thing. Now this is with the S35V steel. This guy is built to take a pounding. The reason I got the first AD-10 was, it was a drop point, but I liked the look of it. And then when I got it, I loved the feel of it. And this feels very, very similar. If you'd even call this jimping here, some big cuts in the blade that really secure your thumb here. Okay, that was sharper than I actually thought. I almost cut myself just testing that. So super duper sharp. What can I say? Again, if you've been to the channel, I'm a fan of Cold Steel. I believe Andrew Demko designed this particular one, and if you are interested in his knives, I think it's andrewdemko.com or something like that. I'll drop a link in there. Just give credit where credit's due. But he makes his own line of knives. I think they use the same factory in Taiwan for a lot of them, but there's some USA made knives. Cold Steel is slowly making some more USA knives. Now they've been in Taiwan for a long time, so the production they have over there, some would argue it's slipped since the change of ownership. I personally, I haven't seen enough slippage to me saying, oh, I won't buy a new Cold Steel knife. No way. That's not, that is not how I feel about them. You know, the let's just take a gander at some of the features. You know, the handle is a little over 5 inches long. The box says 5 1/4. It's got sort of this appears to be plastic, this back spacer. With a knife like this, personally, I'd like this back spacer because it's got a little, you know, lanyard hole, and that is shaped to where it could be a glass breaker, you know, could be, but I would, if the, and there's some companies that do replacement parts, upgrades, so to speak, for cold steel. You know, I'm gonna look and see if they make a titanium back spacer here. I mean, the knife itself, it's a little, you know, the balance is there, okay. Because of how sharp this sucker is, if there's a little weight on the back, if I add something here to shift the balance to the back, I won't find that as a detriment because it's so aggressive. You know, if you're stabbing, the tendency is going to go down. But this knife is, like I said, it's surprisingly light for how beefy it is. Feels great in the hand, and I'm very impressed with the knife. It's one of those cold steel designs, Andrew Dimko, that, you know, this is a knife you'd be sad if you lost, you know. I talk about budget knives and things like that. This one, I got it for a great price. Again, thank you, Atlantic Knife Company. They sold it at a very nice price. And I mean, look at the thickness, that full thickness of the spine, the whole way until that point. I mean, that's great. Again, good, very, you know, the action is, that's the second time it's been opened, so the break-in is going to take me a little while. But, you know, as a whole, this knife is, what do we like here? We like stabby things. We like slicey things. This knife is by design stabby, and by grind slicey. So you could probably not probably, you could shave with this knife. Is that short? What are your thoughts? Anybody out there have an AD-10? You know, there's and this will be the last thing I'll say about whatnot on this video. I've learned that there is a knife collecting community. I went to Blade Show Atlanta with a couple of buddies this year, and I was surprised at the just sheer number of people who were obviously collectors. They didn't have knives for self-defense. They got knives because there was something about it. There was a wow factor. It was pretty or whatever. For me, while I like collecting things, and I have collections of other things, it's purpose built. Now, I'm gonna do some videos that you're gonna say, man, look, I thought he said it's for a purpose. Well, and this is where, if you want to call me a collector or say I have collecting tendencies, you'll see that some knives I think look very interesting. However, they won't make it to my rotation. I will do a knife review and then I'll probably give the knife away or sell it. So I'm not I'm not in the business when it comes to knives. When it comes to knives, I guess I'm in the business to make sure the knife is ready for business. So enjoy this knife. We'll see if we can't do a combat deployment. It's so stiff, it might not work, but let's try it. Well, it worked. There we go. So cool. I'll oil this guy a little bit like I do all my folding knives, and then happily put it into rotation. Very, very nice design and nice fit and finish to this knife. So with that being said, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell, because as it stands now, I think I'm able to put out 3 videos a week. So hopefully I can, and we're growing the channel. So if you have friends who like knives or like hearing someone ramble about knives, share the channel with your friends. So anyway, remember, life is hard. Don't complain. Till next time, take care.